everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Math in Everyday Life. I'm your host Rachel, and today, this week, we're going to talk about gambling. On a recent trip I took to the Gold Coast, I passed by Conrad Jupiter's Casino. That's the one with the big pyramid out front. And it got me thinking about how in gambling, the house always wins. Now, naturally, none of us likes to lose money, and so, card counting was developed, and that got me really interested. I started thinking, okay, there's all these cool and fascinating ways to use math to make it so you don't lose money, and you do win at gambling, or at least your chances of winning are much greater than they would be without it. So I started doing a lot of research on card counting, and I even taught myself how to play Blackjack. Quite the interesting experience, I might add. And I wanted to share this information with you guys. Now, the main principle behind card counting, besides the fact that you want to gain the advantage so that you can win money, is that a deck with a high proportion of high cards, that's your tens and your aces, versus the low cards, gives the advantage to the player, where the reverse gives the advantage to the dealer. Now, a deck with a lot of high cards improves your odds of getting a blackjack, which, as we know, has a higher payout compared to other winning hands. Now, it also means that the dealer is more likely to bust on a stiff hand. Now, contrary to popular opinion, you don't have to be a math genius to count cards. You don't have to memorize all the different cards that are played or put down by the dealer. No, don't worry about that. All you have to do is assign a point value to each card you see and only keep track of the running total. Basic card counting systems assign a positive, negative, or null value to each card, and as each card is dealt, its point score is added to the total score. Now, the system I'm going to show you here is called the high-low system, and it's a simple card counting system where aces, kings, tens, jacks, and queens all valued as positive 1. The cards 9, 8, and 7 are all given a 0 value, and the cards 2 through 6 are all counted as negative 1. Each time you see, like a king, you add 1 to your running total. It's as simple as that. Now, your running total indicates your advantage. Now, the vast majority of your edge comes from if you bet large when the advantage is to you. So it's, again, not really that hard. The mathematical principle, called the Kelly criterion, is designed to indicate the amount that if you bet will increase your bankroll as quickly as possible. It's by looking at the Kelly criterion that a player can see that you should increase your bet proportional to as your advantage increases. Or in other words, that as your advantage goes up, your bet should also go up. So counters do this, and with that, if their advantage goes up and their bet goes up, if your advantage goes down, your bet should also go down. So while there are many card counting systems available, the system that I just showed you, the high-low, is considered one of the basic ones, or one of the single-level counts, because the count never increases or decreases by more than 1. An advanced count, on the other hand, can include cards that are valued as plus or minus 2 or plus or minus even a half. But we won't get into those because they're much more complicated. So a card counter can also use a strategy called back counting or wonging, named after Stanford Wong, who first proposed the idea. Now, wonging tells a player to either enter or wong into a game if the advantage is to the player, and the player can either then sit at the game until the cards are shuffled, or wong out when the advantage turns from the player. So, using the back counting strategy, a player doesn't have to play every hand they see, which means that their overall advantage goes up, because they don't have to play hands where they're not statistically going to win. So, this has the advantage of you not having to increase or decrease your bet compared to what your advantage on your cards. The high fluctuations in bet sizes is what tips off a casino as to that you're counting cards, which, again, a bad thing. So remember that while card counting in your head is not illegal, it's very much frowned upon by casinos, and therefore, if you're going to do it, make sure you don't get caught. So to do so, practice, practice, practice. As you count cards, you cannot look like you're going to count cards. So other than that, though, good luck, and thank you for watching the first episode of Math in Everyday Life. Enjoy!